This is K2 News at 5 on your side.
New tonight, we are still working to learn more about a home fire in the Park Rose Heights neighborhood. This happened today at a 3-story single-family home. Hello and welcome to this edition of the digital edition, of K2 News at 5. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Barry Mangold. Portland Fire thankfully says that no injuries were reported from this. However, crews who worked on that fire requested a fire investigator be sent to the scene. It's not clear what caused the fire to spark yet or how much damage it caused. We'll keep you posted as soon as we learn more. More than a dozen people were arrested this weekend in a retail theft mission. Portland police says that it happened at the Cascade Station shopping center, and officers reportedly arrested 14 people. These are some images from the Bureau. They say at least that led to 10 different charges, including 1 felony and 9 misdemeanor charges against those arrested. Portland police also said that they had 8 felony warrants and 8 more misdemeanor warrants served. They say 2 cars were also towed. It's not clear how much inventory was recovered, if any.
If somebody who's entitled and think that they deserve more than everybody else and deserve something that's not theirs.
Portland police are searching for a group of 3 men known for pickpocketing the elderly. They've hit parking lots up and down I-5, including here in Portland earlier this month. Most recently in Northeast Portland, where they targeted a 93-year-old man. New surveillance video of the Costco parking lot in Northeast Portland that could make your blood boil.
The time and energy they've put into, spending in parking lots, preying on the vulnerable, and then going and using their cards to steal, if they could put that into something productive, I mean, they could probably do a lot. They got $1,500 worth of Visa gift cards and it took them 45 minutes from stealing the wallet to going and getting it. I can only imagine how many times they've done this.
Portland police are looking for 3 suspects who they say have been pickpocketing shoppers in parking lots up and down the I-5 corridor, including on May 9th in Northeast Portland when they stole from a 93-year-old victim.
Really, really shocking to me.
Liv Funk works nearby and says they're used to property crimes, but pickpocketing is way too close for comfort.
I talked to my partner recently, and there's personal alarm devices that I think I want to start carrying, even though the walk to my car is short from my office. I just feel like anything now could happen.
And police add that it's possible the 3 suspects are capable of other tricky ways to get into your wallet.
I received an email this morning from Winco, and it looks like the same group of people is going in and watching customers use their debit cards and entering in their PIN numbers, and they're memorizing the PIN numbers and then stealing their wallets out in the parking lot.
And now Portland police are asking anyone, even if you're outside the city, to contact them if you have any information on those 3 suspects. We have their contact information in this story up on K2.com. And tonight, Clark County deputies are asking for your help to find a missing woman who was last seen in September of last year. This is Alana Carroll. Deputies say before her disappearance, she had been staying at various residencies in northern Clark County. Alana is described as 5'6" with brown hair and blue eyes. If you have any information about her disappearance or you've seen Alana, contact the Clark County Sheriff's Office. And it is officially a Memorial Day weekend, and many Oregonians are likely heading to waterways across the state. And in honor of Boating Safety Week, the Oregon State Marine Board is reminding folks to stay safe while out on the water this weekend. The board says boating deaths are most common among inexperienced and solo boaters. To stay safe, the board has a few tips to keep in mind. It says that you should always be aware of your surroundings, plan ahead, boat with others, keep a sharp lookout, and wear a properly fitting life jacket. And another important reminder for folks this holiday weekend, fire restrictions are in effect for all Bureau of Land Management public lands in Oregon and Washington. This includes prohibiting the use of fireworks, exploding targets, metallic targets, steel component ammunition, tracer or incendiary devices, and sky lanterns. The restrictions come as drier weather is starting to set in around the Pacific Northwest, and these restrictions are in place to help reduce the risk of human-caused fires. Now switching gears to Storm Tracker 2 weather, we have meteorologist Rhonda Shelby in for us this weekend, and I know that it was a bit rainy. What are the chances of things clearing up this weekend?
It's looking pretty good for tonight, which is why I went ahead and put in this forecast for you folks who are going to be heading out to the first night of the Multnomah County Fair. I do think we'll see a couple of scattered showers moving through. Can't say there's a 0% chance, but much lower as we go into the evening hours. Tonight we're going to drop down into the 50s here around dinner time. By the time we get to tomorrow, though, major improvement in the weather. Today we had a little bit of light shower activity, and tomorrow there will be none. We'll make it up to right around 70 by the end of the afternoon. And just to round out the rest of your Memorial Day weekend, thought I'd show you Monday. It's looking really nice, at least 7 degrees above normal for this time of year. That is what we're looking at for our warmest day of the holiday weekend. So let's track these Storm Tracker 2 radar showers here. Not a lot happening over the metro area right now as the shower activity has decreased. Again, not a 0% chance. You can see just east of Salmon Creek moving into the Cascades, a couple of showers, a few in the Coast Range. Really dry for you folks down in the central Willamette Valley right now. Excellent shape. There are a few offshore, moving mostly into Southwest Washington. And for you folks watching us online on the coast, a couple showers just offshore there between Seaside, Cannon Beach, and Astoria you may see throughout the evening hours. But again, we're on the back side of all of this activity now, so I do think we'll see some clearing even here. Visit Hood River camera is a little bit on the cloudy side, 55 degrees, but by the end of the night, we'll see partial clearing. High temperatures so far today, mainly between about the low 60s to mid 60s in a lot of locations here, except for the areas that stayed pretty cloudy all day, like Estacada, Sandy. Salem did make it to 63. There may be, just because it's still just 5 o'clock, a couple of more degrees added on here before we get into the evening. And your hour-by-hour forecast does show, again, a possibility of showers exists in the Pacific Northwest going into tomorrow. Here's the good news, though. Surface high pressure, this is a lower level high pressure developing over our region, already starting to wipe out the showers in our area. But if you're headed to the Seattle area tomorrow, it will rain there. We are going to be on the south end of all of this activity, so I do think that's why we'll stay dry and a little warmer than the Seattle area. But if you're living from Longview, Kelso north, it's probably going to stay cloudy much of the day before the clearing in the afternoon. Monday looks really good for us too, again on the south side of all of the activity that's heading to the north. And our next chance of rain, next weather maker, is not until Tuesday. So again, your forecast for tomorrow, mostly sunny. By afternoon, warming up to the low 70s, low 60s along the coastline. East of the Cascades will be in the 60s, partly to mostly sunny skies. West wind at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. So not a bad forecast here at all going into the Memorial Day weekend. It does look like by the time we get to Tuesday, Wednesday, though, that is the next chance of decent rain. And then we're back to drier weather. A lot of the models show that we get back into a ridge of high pressure by Thursday, Friday next weekend. Not looking too bad.
All right, good to know. Thanks so much, Rhonda. And speaking of Memorial Day weather, the 118th Multnomah County Fair has begun. It kicked off at noon today at Oaks Amusement Park. It is Oregon's first county fair of the year. It runs from noon to 7 p.m. every day this weekend, and this year's fair features live performances, bingo games, of course, wiener dog races, hip-hop dancers, Portland Lucha Libre Wrestling, and barn animals, and much, much more. And you can't forget about the Rose Festival's City Fair, also officially underway, kicked off last night with a fireworks show over the Willamette River. Just look at that show. That was fantastic. The City Fair features carnival rides, live music, plenty of food vendors, and of course the Oregon Brewers Festival. The fair runs for 3 straight weekends at the McCall Waterfront Park. Fridays and Saturdays, it's going to be open until 10. On Sundays and Memorial Day, it's open until 9. Tickets are $15 if you're 7 or older. If you're 6 and under, you get in for free. Looks like a good time. Gonna have to make it out. Thanks so much for watching. That's all the time we have for this digital edition of KATU News. We're back on the air after the game around 8 o'clock. We'll see you then.